Good day, Eswatini Lamakle. Once again, just here from DC, just continuing to report on a few things. I've just noticed at home that there's a whole furore going on around the budgeting and the salary review and salary increases and notching and these kind of things. So just to make it clear, I think there's some speculation around how the budget was for the notching. When it comes to the salaries for civil servants, this year we've got an additional 2 billion emalangeni in the budget for civil servant salaries. We need to understand that because that was such a huge increase, which is due, I'm not discussing about the fact is it due or not, it is due to civil servants, but because it was so massive, we couldn't afford to squeeze anything else in the budget virtually. The other things was mandatory things we put in the budget, even just elderly grants, those kind of things, which we would have loved to increase in the budget. We couldn't because of the big chunk of money for the salary review process. At the same time, everyone must understand, including civil servants, that the money to pay the salary review and the money to pay the salaries comes from taxpayer money. So it means if we now say, well, we're going to hurt the country, we're going to affect the economy, it means if the economy is affected, it means the taxes are not going to come in as they should. And then it might mean that one's going to battle to pay all the things that we need to pay in the budget, including the salaries and back pay. So just to appeal to everybody, say please let sense prevail, let us keep the economy driving, let us keep the economy going forward. In fact, in time, what we should try to consider, and this is just my own opinion, and that is that we should actually link civil servants increases, the COLAs, to GDP growth. If we had to do something like that, it would really align everybody to say the better that country can do, the better salaries we can pay, which is exactly where the money comes from. Or else, otherwise, one somehow has an economy that's going backwards, at the same time salaries going up, which is unsustainable. So to build a sustainable economy, we need to all understand that for us to all thrive, including private sector and civil servants, we need the economy to grow. So my appeal is to everybody in the country, including civil servants, is please let us not jeopardize the growth. When there's growth, everybody benefits, all of us. And so let us all align, let us pull together and keep the momentum of our economic growth. Through that economic growth is how we can afford things like salary reviews. So please, let's remain aligned in Eswatini, let's remain focused, let us negotiate in the right spirit and with the real facts on the table, and let sense prevail through these very tough times we're in. Thank you very much, Eswatini.